Hey guys, Maction here from TabletRoms.com, and welcome back for some news you might have missed this week. Now this has been a big news week, but I'll just focus on three important items. WIMM Labs, which was a smartwatch developer, closed its doors in 2012, summer of 2012, and they said that they had partnered up with somebody big, but wouldn't really talk about who it was. Now, that remained sort of a subject of speculation until last week when Google confirmed that they had in fact purchased WIMM Labs. Now, this is good news, at least I think it is, because I've always wanted a smartwatch, and I've always wanted someone like Google to put their resources behind a well-thought-out smartwatch design, and it looks like, well, we might be looking at that in the near future. Next, we have a whole host of tablets that have been teased or announced before this, the upcoming IFA in Germany. So I'll just go through a few of them. For example, the Atom 2 is rumored to release on September 9th. The Kobo Arc 10 HD. The WikiPad 7 will get to the UK at the end of this month. We're, thinking that there could be an iPad refresh announcement, maybe, but who knows. The LG G-Pad, the Arcos 101 XS, and an Asus Transformer refresh, and that's just to name a few. Oh, and while I'm on the subject, the ViewSonic 100Q that some people like Lilipudding were going on about a week or so ago, ViewSonic got back to me and told me that that was going to be a China release only. So unfortunately, those of us in the States will not be seeing that. This next one is a pretty big deal to me. As you may or may have not heard, copyright is kind of a big deal, especially software patents and things like that. And every year we've got several news stories about people doing crazy stuff. Most of it's been centering around Samsung and Apple, each of them taking their turns at getting the other's products banned in countries because they're violating their patents. This, of course, just means that I am unable to get my hands on some things that I would like to. Well, perhaps it's, in part due to this, shall we say, circus, that New Zealand has made an interesting decision. In a parliamentary vote of 117 for and 4 against, they have decided to outlaw software patents altogether in their country. That's right, New Zealand will no longer be accepting software patents, and they will no longer be acknowledging them. As they've described it, software just doesn't seem like a patentable thing to them. So that's fine. Now, I have some mixed feelings about this. I've mentioned patents in the past, and it is very obvious that we do have some problems with patents and the patent system in the United States, as well as in other countries. But despite my feelings about it, what I like seeing is someone take a new approach. And New Zealand just throwing it all out the window definitely is a different approach. Only time will tell whether or not this has desired effects, or even what the desired effects are. But the fact that somebody is actually trying something else different to fix the problem instead of just pouring time, money, and resources into revamping something that's, has some serious problems, I think is a step in the right direction. And we'll just have to see what sort of things come out of this. I imagine that a lot of small independent software developers will be setting up shop in New Zealand, so good for them. Well, anyway, that's some of the news this week that you might have missed, and I'll catch you next week.